some help. We need some hustle.
It's quite the operation here at the Belmont Food Pantry on Richmond Southside. Dozens of volunteers unload, pack up, and store meals to feed hundreds of families.
I think we see it as a blessing. I think it's really important for us for our community and our neighbors to know that we see them and that we see that they're struggling.
Last week, Executive Director Helen Travey says the pantry served nearly 700 families, a record number for the organization, which distributes every Friday. She says the average household receives roughly 30 pounds of food. That's enough for about 5 meals.
Then you multiply that times what we had last week, which was 700. That's a lot of food going out the door.
A need that may have increased due to a surge in reports of stolen SNAP benefits.
We heard about that quite a bit last Friday from more than a handful of families, and I hadn't really heard that consistency before.
And it's not just Belmont. Liberation Church, which serves about 550 families each week, has also noticed the uptick.
Yeah, we're obviously seeing some of the families come in and share that with us as well.
We already have families that are challenged financially to know that a benefit that they're counting on or a benefit that they truly need is not available to them, and it's fraud. For people who are struggling, that's just an emotional hit.
As CBS 6 has been investigating, our local social services departments are seeing skyrocketing claims of stolen benefits. This month in Richmond, there was a 2,000% increase from last month.
It's hard, it's frustrating, it's upsetting. It's highly inconvenient whatsoever. I feel like this is pain and suffering.
We've spoken with several impacted mothers.
Sometimes I go without eating because my kids have to eat, and that's not fair to nobody.
Who were struggling to feed their families.
I was hungry. I wouldn't let the kids eat before I eat, but we were suffering because we were getting weak.
In 2022, Congress approved a federal program that allows states and localities to replace stolen SNAP benefits. But the funding to keep it going is set to end once a continuing resolution expires on December 20th.
People are entitled to these benefits, and just like if you have your money stolen, it has an impact.
Democratic Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan says she's pushing to extend this protection, but she cannot definitively say whether there will be consensus among lawmakers.
I am hopeful. I think hopefully more of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are hearing from their constituents, because this is not a Democrat or Republican problem. We're seeing this issue everywhere.
Amid a recent spike in nationwide theft, the U.S. Department of Agriculture sent letters to all governors imploring them to implement chip technology on EBT cards, which some states are already planning to do. At this point, Virginia is not one of them. Is that something that you think Virginia should be considering?
I do. We need to do everything we can to protect users of SNAP benefits, just as we would any other consumer.
A spokesperson for Governor Glenn Youngkin says the state is assessing the cost of offering chip cards. In the meantime, they say they've brought on an audit firm to identify unusual activities for investigation and strengthen internal controls. And they're taking steps to combat robocalls and explore monitoring tools to detect suspicious financial transactions.
Anything that we can do to help someone else, we want to do.
But when families see their assistance depleted, our local food banks stand ready to fill in the immediate gaps.
You should support your local food pantry. You should find where that work is happening, and that's where you should take your donations and really bless them this holiday season.
As you can imagine, support from the community is crucial to keeping operations like this going. So if you'd like to learn more about the organization or make a donation yourself, we have a link on our website at WTVR.com. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.